Welcome to another episode, Spilling the Ville. We got your host, Terrence Jennings, co-host slash producer, Blake McCauley, and we're staying right here in the 90s on our next interview with another Louisville legend.
Yeah, half of one of the greatest backcourts of all time with the one we got Alvin Sims joining us. He's a big, highly requested guest that we've had working up at Shoot 360. We've had a lot of those parents. I think he's definitely in the top three that's been requested for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It was great to hear from him, just catching up and just getting his perspective on all those old stories and just getting his perspective and how he felt out there and competing at that level for the University of Louisville. So we appreciate him coming on.
Yeah. And one thing we'll get into before that interview with Alvin, it's TBT week. If you guys hadn't been able to check it out, I was able to sit down with Earl. Terrence was out. It was his off day, but Earl, he was super cool about it. I went up, introduced myself. He said he's been checking us out. So that's pretty cool to see. And I asked if I could sit down and ask him a couple questions. He said for sure. So it was awesome to get to meet Earl for the first time.
Yeah, shout out my brother Earl, man. Smoothest dude in the room. I mean, everybody describes Earl as just the realest person that walks in the room. He's such a real guy. He was definitely, like I said all the time, a guy that I was looking up to when I first got to University of Louisville. That's my brother. We spoke, and we're definitely gonna link up soon and run it back. So that's not the last you're gonna hear from Earl on this platform, but. Hey, man, I wish I could have been there, but Blake, you held it down. You did a good job. And,
yeah, he's super humble. Super humble. I can't wait to talk to him again. But we're also thankful to talk to Chris Jones. He was great conversation. I didn't realize it at the time, but he said when he was talking about getting Montrez in tomorrow, he said another addition. I thought he was talking about Quinn Slazinski, but we ended up adding Malik Williams to the TBT team. That's a huge addition. Stretch five right there. So cannot wait. Coming from the Milwaukee Bucks Summer League team, straight from there. So he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be in shape.
These guys are in shape. They're ready to go. They're ready to compete, and I think it's gonna be really exciting for the fans to see them go out there and see some of those guys compete. And shoot, hopefully, we take home everything. I would definitely like to be a part of that $1 million team, but hey, not this year. But hey. I'm going to be out there supporting, root my guys on. Let's go Cards.
Make sure you get out there. Freedom Hall, 12:30. Can't wait to get that place rocking like it was when you were there. It's going to be sweet to see.
Yeah, get your tickets, be there or be square.
Sure. And if you haven't already, go ahead, scan that QR code. Get your free $26 wash at Unrivaled. Hey, I was able to go in there since our last episode. Put my picture of my car right here. Nice pearly white right now. Yeah. I mean, one thing that we were hyping it up so much, we were so excited to get it out there. The one thing I like most, everybody hates when you go through a car wash, you got those water spots all out when you get out there. It's like, what the heck? Guess what? They got their own towels there. You can get out there, get all those water spots off. I love that
Mr.
place.
Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off, wax on. Wax off. Mr. Miyagi.
Scan that QR code, take you straight to that link. Also, if you guys haven't, get into Best Way, get your $100 off your new item. All their locations are in the ad that'll run in the middle of this episode. Make sure you get in there. They got PlayStations, TVs, whatever you need, they can hook you up. Tell them we sent you. You're not going to regret it.
Shout out Best Way. Thank you. You can get all your electronics there, man. Go check them out. Wonderful products they got going on in there, man. Go check them out.
All right. Let's hear from Alvin.
Let's get it.
Today, we're joined by a man that would strip you on one end and then put you on a poster on the other. This man might be the only person to dunk the ball so hard his pants fell down. Ladies and gentlemen, Alvin Sims. Alvin, we'll get straight into your Louisville career here in a little bit, but we got to get the backstory. What kind of happened
What's,
here?
what's going on right here, man? Explain this.
All right, so yeah, as I was going up for the dunk, they was trying to prevent me from going up for the dunk. So they grabbed my waist. So when I jumped, my pants ended up coming down. But
Where
I
was this
still
at?
that was in Greece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's definitely amazing, amazing picture. We've been talking about it all week, just about your explosiveness and your athleticism. So that's just a testament of what your level and what you bring to the game, man. So we're excited to have you, and welcome to Spilling the Veal, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
so
Go ahead.
we had your teammate Tony on our last episode. What do you kind of remember from Tony coming in as a teammate and that whole run that you guys had together?
Twims. So he was a native from Louisville, and so he was always familiar with the culture and everything. He fit in well, pretty good. He stayed low key. Um, as far as being a freshman, he wasn't cocky at all. Um, so we basically took him under our wing and try to have build his confidence as much as possible.
Sure, sure. Go ahead.
You got, oh yeah, and he was kind of talking about your explosiveness and everything. Your build, like you weren't built like a normal basketball player. Were you like a fullback, linebacker? Like your whole physicality, you played completely different. Like where did that whole style come from?
Um, just where I grew up in Paris, we all played every sport. So I played like baseball, football, soccer, basketball. Um, we was outside. We played tag football, and if you get close to the grass, you get tackled playing tag. But yeah, the toughness and all that came from growing up in Paris, Kentucky.
Did you ever consider any other sports, or was basketball always for you for sure?
Uh when not until like my junior year in high school, I was like I decided like I'm just gonna stick to basketball. But yeah, I play soccer, football, um, baseball. So yeah, basketball is number one.
Hey, Alvin. So coming up as a kid, who did you kind of model your game after? Who did you kind of look up to and said, I want to be like that guy, just coming up as a youth?
So I came from a basketball family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they showed me the ropes, and I try to model my game from. I have three cousins. I try to model them from each one of those games. Like one cousin could do it all, jump shot, can dribble, could pass.
Yeah.
Another had crazy ball handling skills, and then one was just like just straight fundamental.
Okay.
So I was able to learn from them and help me push through and develop a basketball game.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. What do you remember most of when you first came into Louisville? Like, what was that whole campus atmosphere like, and kind of your first few practices under Crumb, opposed to your senior year under Coach Crumb?
Yeah, it was a culture shock for me. Um, you know, being around players like Cliff Rozier, Greg Minor, Dwayne Morton, they was like superstars, and
Yeah.
they took me under their wings, and they helped me develop even more toughness, and they prepared me for as far after they left, they prepared me to do what I needed to do.
Yeah, for sure. Describe. Can you describe briefly, your feeling as a freshman coming into Freedom Hall, playing your first game, playing in front of all those people. I mean, my first game, I had butterflies. I probably only played like 10 minutes, but it felt like I was out there for eternity. But I just know that when I came out there, I knew I had a lot of people back home watching me, and I didn't want to mess up. I just didn't want to mess up, so I played extra hard. I played with a lot more energy. But describe kind of your feeling walking into Freedom Hall and playing in front of all those people. Did you have butterflies, or were you kind of used to that, or what? Describe kind of how you were feeling just walking in.
I definitely had butterflies. I wanted to perform well.
Yeah,
I actually overdid it a couple times. Denny was real strict, so I remember coming down. I first, he put me in the game.
yeah,
We played Michigan State. I remember coming down on fast break. I went to my between my legs, crossed over, and tried to dunk on somebody. I missed the dunk, and he took me right out.
He's like, yeah, come sit down here next to me, man. You gotta watch the game for a minute. Nah, I get it. Go ahead, Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of when you got in there, I mean, we talked about some of the matchups you guys had with Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson. I know you played Stephon Marbury, just the whole Metro Conference, and uh, what's it? Why did I just blank on the other conference?
Conference
Conference
USA.
USA. Yeah, Conference
USA.
USA.
Yeah.
Those matchups that you guys had between both the conference and out of conference were they were crazy. Was there ever like the first game or one game that you remember in specific, like you were super juiced for and ready to get out there and play?
Oh, Cincinnati.
Mm.
It was like a storybook. Uh, when Keith Legree left and Dewan came in and filled the shoes. It was like a grudge match every time we played Cincinnati. I know Keith was trying to get his revenge because he felt like he was done dirty by Louisville, but um, you know it was what it was, and I don't. We didn't lose one game against Cincinnati
That
because
was Bob Huggins, right? Young Bob
yeah,
Huggins. Yeah,
yeah,
he's been a topic on here for sure a lot with TJ. They would
Yeah.
go at it all the time with West
yeah,
Virginia. Those
Yeah,
were
yeah,
always
we
fun to
went at it
watch.
against Bob Huggins, man. West
yeah.
Virginia, yeah, for sure, man. That's definitely some high level basketball right there. I'm a West Coast guy. I'm from Sacramento,
Oh, okay.
California. So my question is, did you was Louisville at your top? Did you ever consider any other schools maybe on the West Coast, or were you
Yeah.
always going to go to Louisville?
USC, Arizona State,
Okay,
Washington State. They were all on my radar.
okay,
Actually, I lived in Sacramento for 3 years.
really?
Uh,
Okay,
yeah, I was like 5 years old. Left when I was 8.
yeah,
But yeah, it was. I liked that town. It was pretty nice.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Um, so I remember as a freshman walking on the campus, and I was speaking to a lot of fans. I'll go to different stores, different places, and I'll speak with different fans. And I remember the main thing that they told me was, "We got to be UK. We got to be University of Kentucky." That was the main thing. It seemed like nobody cared if we won any other games within the regular season, tournament, anything. We gotta beat University of Kentucky. So describe that energy just coming in, and was it as important back then as it was when I was coming in, and just describe that energy, or maybe it was more intense. Kind of go into that a little bit.
it was probably double important for me because I
Okay.
grew up in Paris, so I'm 15 minutes from Lexington. Kentucky did recruited.
Okay.
They did recruit me up until my junior year, and then
Yeah.
they slacked off because they had like Tony Dell,
Yeah.
Junior Brass, so they had a bunch of guards anyway. So and then I was like,
Mm,
I don't want to go there and just sit on the
yeah.
bench. But yeah,
Right.
all my people from Paris, Kentucky, and 15 minutes away, and then putting on a Louisville uniform, it made it double excited. So
Yeah, so you played against Rick Pitino when he was at Kentucky. Terrence
mhm.
played for Rick Pitino when he was at Louisville. And then I remember there was the
Yeah.
whole Red Storm Rising documentary that was out on Pitino, and it went into when he was at Greece. And
Mhm.
it was Panathinaikos and
Yeah.
Olympiacos. He was talking about how those teams would go at it, and he said it would make Louisville and Kentucky it would look like a church league game. Did you have any experiences
Right.
like that in Greece or anywhere else when you were overseas?
Yeah, so I played for Paniono, so it's like
Okay.
one of the founding teams in Greece,
Hmm.
as you saw in that picture, and like they had rivalries too. Olympiacos was one of their rivals. Every time we went there, it was crazy. I mean, smoke in the air, fans,
Fire.
going off. It was
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
instance where we were in the playoffs. We played against a team called Ike. They was one of the top teams. It was always top three. So it was always
Yeah.
Panathinaikos, Olympiacos, and then Ike, and then probably us, Panionos. But yeah, so we were playing the playoffs. It got so heated that the referee. You can tell the referees were trying to cheat. So fans was just throwing stuff on the court. Like back then, they had the coins, the Greek coins, just throwing them at the referees. They ripped out a seat from the stands, threw it, tried to throw it down and hit the referee, but ended up hitting the scorekeeper, splitting the scorekeeper's head wide open. Yeah, it was crazy. They paused the game for like an hour, and then after that, we had to play with no fans. So it was crazy.
Man.
I never see that the fans have to get removed from the
Yeah,
game. That's usually it's the players, but the
yeah,
fans, wow.
Yeah,
yeah.
so Louisville they
Okay.
have a guy actually coming in from that same exact league. Now,
Yep,
in college, you're able to bring people from that league.
yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
fans can expect from somebody that's been born and bred through that league?
So it's a tough league. When I found that out, I actually reached out to a couple people and asked them how really good he was. They said he was tough, good work ethic, but I see like you know what they were saying here. They're saying he had a nice jump shot and all that, but I didn't get that from them. So they said he was tough and had a good work ethic. So I wouldn't get my hopes up about the jump shot, open up the floor and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
thing Terrence has
Yeah.
talked about a lot is like those guys are very fundamentally sound. Like
yeah,
they're not the most athletic, so they got to be very fundamentally
yeah,
sound.
very fundamental and very strong, physical,
Very
very
strong. Yeah.
physical. Yeah,
But it's physical. Overseas,
yeah,
very physical game. You can't get away with your
no,
athleticism. You're not just knocking guys off their pivot. You got to be able to compete and keep up, man. The rules are slightly different, so you have to think of innovative ways to get your
mhm.
shot off and score. So, and the environment's always crazy, so you just got to be prepared at all ends, man. For sure, for sure, for sure.
JB Creative, your trusted website designer and content creator, making your brand stand out from the rest. From web design and SEO to brand development for your business, JBC's got you covered. Let's go create.
Kind of diving back into your Louisville career, your junior year, I know your junior season is something that is brought up, or your senior season, something that's brought up a lot, and how you guys kind of made a pretty remarkable run after Samaki left. How important was it with Tony, Nate Johnson, Alex Sanders, people like that coming in and kind of filling the void for the people that you guys lost out?
Yeah. They were very unexperienced. Like Nate was a freshman, Tony was a freshman. Um, Alex just came off being a Prop 48, so they wasn't really experienced and didn't they wasn't like seasoned with being a player under Denny Crumb. So it was a lot to learn, but Denny did give us some leeway, to help them develop throughout the season, and it paid off. It paid off. So
I think you had 5 NBA teammates. What were
mhm.
those like practice atmospheres like with you guys?
Very competitive. I mean, like when I was a freshman, Greg Miner, Cliff Rozier, and Dwayne Morton, they pushed us like like no other. I didn't even understand that type of work ethic. It was crazy because they was in the gym, they was in the weight room like 24 hours a day. So
Yeah,
and they knew what they was preparing for. So
for
they
sure.
wanted to go to the league and they prepared to go to the league.
Right. So I remember, my year, a lot of my teammates, we would compete in practice for sure. But describe kind of how you guys would bond or compete off the floor. So our thing was after we're done, we're gonna go back to the dorm. We're gonna eat. We're gonna play some ping pong, maybe some pool. We're gonna play video games. So at that time, PlayStation 3 or something. So we're playing games all day, but we're always competing, trying to win. Uh, it goes from games to maybe we go open the gym and play one-on-ones, get each other better late night. So kind of describe what things you did to either compete or bond off the floor with your other teammates.
I would say like we did play games. We gambled, playing video games, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We would go out together. We all, if we go out, we all went together. Make sure everybody was okay,
Sure,
and
sure.
we had the team dinners and like every home game, we had to go stay at the Galt House,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we eat together. We go over the film and all that stuff,
Mm,
and then but people they were from Louisville. Some people from Louisville. Some was from other places, so they got homesick. They went home. Um, I know I went home a few times because I was close.
right.
But other than that, yeah, we all hung out together if we went out.
Yeah, cool. Right.
How much did Denny Crumb mean to you guys?
Ah man, he was definitely a father figure. He taught us how to be competitive because he was the most competitive person I know. He he was right every time. Like he liked to play cards. He gambled. He did all that stuff, man. Bet on horses, all that stuff. So and he always wanted to win, no matter what. Um, and he prepared us to win no matter what. I don't even think we lost the overtime game. We play overtime game. We was always prepared. We always won that. So and
So
then going forward, his teachings, his philosophy, all that paved the way for me to have a successful professional career because I was like probably 10 steps ahead of a lot of people.
yeah. So I know there were things like as a player back in my time that Coach Patino would say that didn't make much sense to me, but later on proved to be right during the season or maybe later on. Were there any moments like that for you when Coach Crumb that you can remember?
Yep. Always shot percentage, angles on the court. How to, like people. If you look at Jordan now, he uses certain angles of the court, pull up for a jump shot and all that. Denny Crumb was teaching us that too, but it didn't sink in till later. But once I figured it out, it just came natural.
Just wanted to take a second and give a big shout out, big shout out to Best Way, home of the low price guaranteed, or it's free, where you can get all of your home furnishing needs on a deal. They have everything from smart refrigerators, washer dryer sets, 86-inch TVs, PS5s, Xboxes, all the way to reclining living room suites and bedroom suites. Best Way offers so many ways to pay, from retail, rent to own, and even financing through Lendmark, with 2 locations in Indiana, one in New Albany, and one in Jeffersonville. 5 locations in Kentucky: Radcliffe, Dixie Highway, Hikes Lane, Shelbyville, and Shepherdsville. Stop by today and tell them that we sent you to get $100 off your new item. Now let's get back to the show. So you were conference defensive player of the year. You averaged over 2 steals a game your junior and senior season. What do you think was the key to your defensive ability?
Competitiveness. Me and Tick Rogers, we always took pride in how we play defense. Every game, we wanted to guard the best player on the court. After he left, I always wanted to guard the best player on the court, regardless, and I wanted to shut him down. And I had that mindset every time I stepped on the court.
Yeah, and after you left U of L, I know you got the opportunity to play. I think it was the lockout season of the NBA. You played on a Suns team, like you played with. That was Jason Kidd, Pat
Mhm.
Garrity. Gigliotta. Is that how last name? You played with a bunch of really good players.
Gigliotta. Oh, I remember it.
Hey, he was a stud. Yeah.
It.
You played with a bunch of really people that went on and had all those, really big NBA careers. What were those practice atmospheres like when you were with the Phoenix Suns?
They didn't really practice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what I heard.
I played a lot of 1-on-1, 2-on-2. Frank Johnson was assistant coach. He wanted to beat me so bad 1-on-1. He I would beat him. We played for money. I would beat him, and the next day he would fine me. Oh, you didn't have your jersey on. I'm fining you $150. He was trying to get his money back. So, but yeah, it was fun. We had Tom Chambers as the coach, and he taught me a bunch of a lot of footwork moves, like post footwork moves. It was crazy. Yeah. But it was a fun experience though.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, TJ.
Oh, okay. So Blake mentioned Samaki, and so me being from Sacramento and a Kings fan, him, Shaq, and Kobe ruined a lot of my nights, man, as a young Kings fan. So, what do you remember most about Samaki as a teammate?
He came in wanting to prove that he belonged. When he, as a freshman, he had good work ethic. Man, this man was he was dominant in the paint. He wanted to improve. He was trying to work on his mid range. Like before, Cliff left. He gave Cliff some fits during the summertime. And then we was like, okay, he's legit. So he came in, and we knew he was going to be special, and he put in a lot of work.
Man, yeah, and then you had you and DeJuan Wheat in the backcourt, like one of the top backcourts of all time. Like you guys were locked down, you guys could score. What were some just as a backcourt partner you remember as DeJuan as well?
DeJuan was always my buddy, man. Like we always before the games we was like, hey, we gotta do this. So we was on the same page. It's like, basically being in the same one head. So we was like Voltron. We was one head. And we knew what we had to do during the games. We connected a lot on offense, defense, without even talking. So, or communicating. So it was just easy like that.
Yeah, y'all finding that synergy. Yeah. So, what moment do you cherish the most throughout your U of L basketball career?
This having the opportunity to go to Louisville. I mean, it was a great experience. I would do it all over again. It helped me grow as a person. Uh, you know, it transformed me into a man. Being around all the coaches, Denny Crumb, Scooter McCrae, Larry Gay, uh, Scotty Davenport, Jerry Eves. They all had a hand in to help me develop as a player and a young man.
Awesome. Well, that'll do it for today, Alvin. We appreciate you. Like we told you before we started, you've been one of our most requested guests, so we can't thank you enough for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you so much, Alvin, man. We'll be contact soon, but thank you so much for blessing us with your presence on the show. And this is going to be really exciting for the fans that are highly requested. And hopefully we can do another one back here in the future.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Sure, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.